Hello, I'm Joel Hargis with the Florida Aviation Network. We are here at FUN 2024 here in beautiful Lakeland, Florida. Boy, what weather we are having today. It's Friday, and I'm telling you, we couldn't have scripted any better today. It's the 50th anniversary at FUN, and of course we're here to promote aviation, and mainly to promote aviation safety. And who better to help do that is with Karen Kalishek. See, I still
Very good, Joel.
Oh, golly. And she is the chair for NAFI, which is the National Association of Flight Instructors.
Exactly.
All right. So, welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be here again, Joel. Really appreciate it.
We did this last year.
Yes, we did.
We had a great conversation because a year ago I didn't know much about NAFI, and I came away a much more knowledgeable person. And so it's a great organization, but nobody better to explain it than you. Tell the audience about NAFI.
Yeah, well, just to, first of all, we'd like to congratulate FUN on 50 years. NAFI was actually celebrating 57th year this year.
Wow.
Yeah. And you mentioned aviation safety. So NAFI's vision is actually all about safety. It's safer pilots through flight instruction excellence. And our mission is to promote flight instruction excellence through advocacy, education, and mentorship. So we have many different programs supporting each of those various initiatives because it's so important. I mean, everyone starts initially with a flight trainer, and that primary instruction sticks with you the rest of your aviation career, no matter how long or how short or what you're flying.
That's so true. I mean, the stuff you learn in your basic private pilot stuff, that training, I mean, I know being a pilot, and every once in a while something goes not right, a little sideways, and people would say to me, I'd tell them, I had an icing incident this past year, and they said, oh, how'd that go? Well, and I'd say, the training kicked in. The training kicked in. And it did, actually saved my life that day. And so that training is so important. So, and flight instruction is, in many ways, like being a doctor. It's continuing education. You don't know it all and it's over. And so how do you help instructors stay current, proficient, mentor them?
Oh my goodness, how much time do we have? we have so many different educational programs and mentoring programs and advocacy. Just to touch on a few.
Please.
So we actually have a instructor geared magazine. Okay, so we put out an actual hard copy magazine, phenomenal editorials and member driven content about really very, very pertinent, like if you're returning to flight instruction after a break. Right. Or we recently had one about a very sad accident that occurred in September, and then geared a thematic magazine about flight instruction safety and how important it was because there was an instructional accident with fatalities. And of course, we never, ever want that to happen again. Besides the magazine, we have a weekly e-zine. We have, not only for flight instructors, but for anyone in aviation, we have a monthly professionally produced live broadcast, which is then archived on FAAsafety.gov and our website, called Mentor Live. We've produced 78 of those.
Wow.
Yep, and our viewership has increased exponentially. A recent check I made showed we had people from over 100 countries signing in to watch the live broadcast. Can you imagine? They're waking up in the middle of the night or getting up at 3 a.m. just to watch. And it is interactive. So we monitor a chat room and we answer as many questions online as we can.
How long a broadcast is that?
That is, well, we intend it to be an hour, but many times we invite people to stay after because there's so many questions and such great content, and we have, best and the brightest people from the industry, all aspects of the industry, come on as hosts to make the presentation.
That's fantastic, and where we're very fortunate flight instruction is prevalent here in the country, particularly here in Central Florida. More people learn to fly in Central Florida than anywhere in the world.
Yes.
Phoenix is number 2, I believe. But so we have that. But if you live in the middle of Australia, you don't have that, right? And you're a pilot, and you want to, keep your skills current, your knowledge current. Having a live broadcast on the net like that, much like what we do right now. We're live on the internet. Don't say bad words. But we have that at our fingertips. But that's an incredible thing, and the fact that it's archived that's a beautiful thing about the internet. Like this will be there for a long, long time.
Exactly.
So that's a great service. Talk to me. Your magazine, is that monthly, every other month?
It's every other month.
Every other month.
Right, and we, as you'd expect, we have mentorship programs. We have what we call special interest groups, and those have become very popular. We have 9 now, and we just got an idea here at Sun and Fun, value of coming here, from another member who'd like to start one for multi-engine instructors. So those are kind of people with a specific area of interest. So seaplane instructors, glider instructors, sim instructors, people interested in advanced technology, people with a specialization in an area to get together. So those are constantly growing. We also have, since you mentioned Florida and the benefit of being in Florida, we're going to have a national conference. Our second national conference for CFIs is going to be at Daytona Beach in Florida.
When will that be?
That will be October 15th to the 17th. We held the first industry national conference for CFIs last year in Florida, as you mentioned, hotbed of aviation, and it was so phenomenally successful, we have committed to doing this annually.
Oh, wow, that's great. And so instructors out there, 15th through the 17th, Daytona Beach.
Actually at the Embry-Riddle campus.
Embry-Riddle campus, October 15th through 17th. Yeah, I mean, and you talk about membership, but there is such a advantage to the networking with your peers at that, because let's face it, there are some pretty famous flight instructors out there, and you just don't get to rub elbows with them very often. So being able to meet some of those folks and sit down and talk to them, right? That kind of networking is invaluable.
Absolutely. In fact, just last evening I had dinner with John and Martha. I don't even have to say the last name, do I? And such a gracious couple. I learned, in fact, I'm writing an article that'll be out for members next week about the interaction with the Kings and what I learned simply over dinner from them. I wish everyone could just spend 15 minutes.
I've never been able to have the opportunity to meet them, but when I did my private pilot stuff, I started with a King course and DVDs, and I'll never forget in my instrument when I did their instrument one, and I watched the DVD with Martha King flying a Mooney Ovation, and I dreamed like I'll never get to fly one of those, and now I own one. So it was like I would love to meet them. So what an honor.
You easily can, by the way, and by the way, they were our dinner speakers at our conference last year.
Oh,
so
really?
the King Schools are a great supporter. In fact, one of the things we partner with them on is the NAFI King School Scholarship. We just had a press conference yesterday and introduced the annual winner for this year.
Who knows? Maybe I can get Obie to let me go over there with a crew and do a little interview or two over there at the King School. Obie, listen up. Bob, pay attention. Maybe we'll go over there. Anyway, well, that sounds fantastic, and I'm sure it was super successful. And so you're specializing in multi and kind of segregating, because those instructors many times that's their niche, right? And because it's hard to be everything to every type, right? That's just really hard to do. And you and I were talking a little bit, and I know this hasn't come really into fruition yet, but as I was talking to Jeff from the initials
JAHC.
Yeah, right, that's the one.
I'm on the group.
You're in that group, but they study data, safety data, about causing fatal accidents,
Yes.
right? And he talked about just being a member of the Bonanza Society or this or that reduces it by a lot. But what we really kind of drilled down to is when you switch airplanes, and whether it's going up to a Bonanza or a Mooney or whatever, something you don't need a type by the FAA, to take several hours of instruction with an instructor that flies that airplane, right? And so what I had asked you about is, do you have a way to help people find those guys? And you said you're working on it.
Yes, yes, we are. Well, we have a very active, in fact, I think I've helped 5 different pilots just in the last 2 days who come by our booth and say, I'm looking for a flight instructor in my area. So we do have a Find a Flight Instructor link on our website, but in more detail than that. So that indicates that anything that flight instructors provided as far as their certifications, qualifications, also if they want to indicate any specializations like seaplane instructor or Bonanza instructor, et cetera, but also we're always very happy to answer questions. Anyone can contact, our headquarters is staffed, they can contact us and the word goes out, and we all have links. If you think about it, our board members, we have over 300 years of flight instruction experience. So we have
crazy,
a few
right?
connections.
300 years.
Yeah, we have a few connections, so we should be able to come up with an answer for someone. But you raised a very good point about people changing the aircraft, but also avionics.
Oh,
Even
there
if
you
someone
go.
owns the same aircraft, but now they've installed new avionics, which is so popular, they really need the instruction. And also changing aircraft in the other direction. There's been a lot of accidents. Again, we look at statistics when
Right.
people move from that Mooney
Down
down
to
to
a
a
light
light
sport.
sport. Exactly.
And
It goes both ways.
It's not the same airplane. People, oh, it's an airplane. No, it's not an
Right.
airplane. And that is, he pointed that out actually because the numbers become glaring in the LSA category. That's, and part of that is I think you only required 20 hours instruction before your check ride. And so 20 hours, I'm not sure I soloed in 20 hours. I did the whole thing in about 42, but that's not a long time, and but I guess the message is spend a little money on yourself, right? I mean, why wouldn't you do that? Moving up or moving down. You may have 1,000 hours as a private pilot, but get into a different airplane with an instructor that has time in that airplane, because they all fly a little different, and a little bit can be the difference between something really bad happening or not.
Right, and even individual aircraft, as we know, have their own characteristics.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely, they have. Yeah, I'm sure yours has character. Might even have a name.
No, it doesn't have a name. Because I really want to promote NAFI to instructors that aren't NAFI members, because I know that was one of my takeaways last year, Karen, was you guys have a lot of advantages. Particularly, I think it's a value. So run through the cost and then run through the benefits for a CFI or double I that's not a NAFI member to be a NAFI member.
Okay, and let me point out quite clearly, you don't have to be a CFI to be a member of NAFI. So even though our content is really geared, obviously, towards promoting flight instruction excellence, think of the value of looking behind that mirror. We actually have quite a number of student pilot members. And non-CFIs, former CFIs, future CFIs. So one of the larger benefits that draws people is the majority of pilots seem to be using ForeFlight, 33% discount for any member.
Wow,
So,
that's a value.
Yeah.
Is that on there in any package?
Yes,
Because
any package.
I mean,
I save over $200 on ForeFlight personally.
Yeah, because I mean, I buy a fairly high level IFR package, and I don't remember what I paid, but it isn't cheap. So what's NAFI membership?
So NAFI, we offer show special. So it's normally $59 a year, and
How much?
$59. Such a deal.
I
That's
saved
all.
that in 4th flight alone.
You're right.
Why aren't I a member? Okay,
so
probably
yeah.
got me.
And the show special is, you actually make money by joining.
Yeah,
simply with
I'm
the
doing the
lowest
math.
level. Right. And the show special is $54 a year. So what a good deal. So
Where's your booth?
It's it's in Hangar A, booth 82, right in the center aisle, halfway down. Can't miss it.
All right, I'll see you before the day's over.
And we have giveaways, nice giveaways during the show. In fact, we already gave away a Lightspeed Delta Zulu, their brand new headset. In fact, one of the things we
Yikes.
did this week, just yesterday, we had a press conference to announce our new partnership with Lightspeed.
And what does that
It's
entail?
Partners in Safety.
Okay.
So we have exclusive, NAFI exclusive, special value on Lightspeed headsets.
Well, I wish I'd have known that a few months ago. Nothing. There's a lot of great headsets out there, and I don't want to. But you know why I'm partial to Lightspeed?
Why?
Because that's what my instructor had when I started, and so that's what I bought as my very first nice headset. I didn't buy a Zulu at the time, or it was not even a Zulu, but I bought. I had to because I was poor, and worked my way up. But I'm a big fan. So, what else did I want to talk to you about? So the benefits. Wow, you really sold me on that, just like that.
Yeah, I can take you by the hand back to our booth.
All right, there we go. We can do that, Karen. So, you got a conference coming up. You've got. I guess one of the things you.
Well, before the conference, we have AirVenture.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, let's talk about AirVenture for just a
it.
moment. So we have quite a presence at AirVenture. We actually have a 40 by 80 location right next to Garmin. And why do we have such a big space?
That's nuts.
Because we'll have over 2,000 to 3,000 people visit us during the week, and we offer free educational programming throughout the week. So we have last year 28 Wings program courses, and who are our speakers? People like John and Martha.
Wow.
They come and talk to the crowd. Gary Reeves, Tom Turner. So the names that we all watch on YouTube's are there live, and we also video record those, so they're also archived and available on our website. And besides that, of course, we're going to have, lots of phenomenal giveaways like new headsets, new radios, new flight bags, free courses, wonderful, thousands of dollars of valuable giveaways, and everyday drawings for free memberships.
Nice.
Yeah, and
so we're down here less than 2 minutes.
Yes.
And I'm almost afraid to ask this because I'm only going to give you a minute to answer it. But you also have a Master CFI program?
Yes, we do, and you can see the logo on my shirt.
Master
Okay.
CFI. NAFI.
Yes.
All right.
Yep. So.
And I'm sure there's qualifications. I know my original instructor, he was and still is a Master CFI. So you guys really have just so much to offer. I do want to share with the crowd this video here is Wings credit worthy. You realize that?
I know, because I wrote the quiz questions.
Oh, of course she did. So yeah, I mean, that's good. So the Wings program for FAA flight safety, that's a wonderful thing to do and keep track of. It helps you on your biannuals, but it really just helps you, right? I know I attend that stuff. I actually give a couple seminars myself that are Wings accredited, and we have a former FAA Wings safety guy that's actually our floor manager here
And
today.
actually, I was the 2019 National Fast Team Rep.
2019 National Fast Team Rep. That's not easy to do, but it's a great program. So I'm pretty sure I'm out of time. I am Joel Hargis, here with Karen from NAFI, here at Sun and Fun 2024. Come out and see us. It's a great show.